Good. Yeah. Oh, are you gonna put up like the one when I have like 1 minute left, or is it different this time?
That's how I was planning on doing it. Would you prefer, thank you.
I was just curious. I was just wondering because it was longer. If you'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can if you like.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. How about this, it's 5.5 to 6.5? 5 to 6?
Yeah.
5.5 to 6.5, okay. At 4.5 minutes, I'll go to,
Cool.
at 5.5, I'll go
Sure. Good. All right. I'm here today to inform you guys on the ending to the new Avengers movie. I'm just kidding. I'm being a terrible person, and I would never do that to you guys. But you definitely should go watch that movie. It's awesome. What I am here to talk to you guys about is something else that we really don't want to hear. It's that Gatorade, a staple in American consumerism, is not as beneficial as we thought it is, or as we think it is. According to Time, Gatorade was created in 1965. It was the world's first ever sports drink, which completely changed everything. It was invented by a man named Robert Cade, and it was used to help the University of Florida's football team stay energized later in games, give them that like competitive advantage so they could hopefully win. As you guys might know, their mascot is the Gators, hence the name Gatorade. Over time, Gatorade became bigger and bigger. More colleges started like implementing it into their football program, and then it slowly became more integrated into bigger pro sports, and now you find it at any gas station. According to Market Realist, Gatorade is the #1 sports drink in the world. They're a part of PepsiCo, and they are their largest source of revenue right now. Barry Janoff of Brand Week believes that not only because of their great tasting beverage, is that their huge media presence is why they are such a huge force. This is from the classic image of a coach being dumped with Gatorade after winning a championship, or in the 80s and 90s, all the commercials with Michael Jordan in his prime. Even though this was huge during its time, Gatorade was not selling as much as they thought they should have been. This is due to the original Gatorade tasting awful. Everyone on the University of Florida football team refused to drink it for the first 2 years. They just, even though they knew that it was helpful and they would be energized longer in games, it was just too gross for them to stomach. This forced Robert Cade to add more sugar into the drink, which eventually led to what we know as Gatorade today. And this one simple move saved the entire franchise. Gatorade is now a household name, and according to the International Journal of Sports Nutrition, they ran an experiment, and it is scientifically proven that it does help energy levels in athletes. Their whole experiment, they took a bunch of high-level athletes, like college level, and they put them through rigorous workouts. And half of them drank Gatorade while the other half drank water. And all the results were pretty similar until you hit about the half-hour mark. At that point, the athletes drinking Gatorade had 50% higher energy levels compared to those drinking water. So clearly, even on a short time span with huge, high-caliber athletes, it works. But there's also a lot of downsides to Gatorade. The amount of sugar in Gatorade is very overlooked. According to Livestrong, an 8-ounce Gatorade has 14 grams of sugar. And Gatorade's highest selling product is their 32-ounce bottle, the one you'll see basically in every gas station, supermarket, wherever you go. That has 56 grams of sugar, which is about this much, which is absolutely disgusting. It doesn't look like much now, but you spread it out and you're like, wow, that can't be good for me. Elena Hahn said from Science Direct that that the only problem with Gatorade is that there's so many people that drink it, while not working out or without the intent of working out, which completely cancels out all of the benefits that it gives. This becoming a common problem and a common diet habit can lead to obesity and high blood pressure and really terrible health concerns later on in the future. Now, I know it sounds like I have an awful view on Gatorade, and that's not true. I still look for it every time I go on a road trip. It's my go-to thing. It does have incredible benefits, and it's really technologically advanced, especially for its time when it was first created. The only problem is when people misuse it, like not working out, but still drinking it. And then there is one other benefit, and that's just when you wake up on a Sunday morning with a headache and you don't have any more beer to drink for breakfast.
Okay, how did it go?
I lost my place a lot. Kind of
Yeah.
It seemed like time moves a lot slower up here. So like when I would pause, I'm like, shit. I don't know what I need to say.
Okay. All right. Audience, questions, comments, feedback, Adam.
I thought it was really good, Adam. I think if you like slow down and kind of find your points and then get them across, you sound a lot less jumbled. I think if you're looking for it and then kind of
Say it at the same
time, yeah, it makes it a little bit harder.
I would say, like, one thing that I really liked was I could tell that there was some points that, like, you had maybe put in your outline or had thought about saying that, like, you would get to a statement and it would come out, like, really strong. Like, that was something that you knew you were going to say. But in between, you were kind of just, like, saying what came to your head, and it didn't sound, like, super, super rehearsed.
Yeah.
So it sounded natural, but I could still tell that there was those key points that you got in there, so that was good.
Those times when you pause to try to find your place, it seemed natural to me, and kind of like helped me catch up with the information you were giving us, like all the facts and everything. So I think it was good and positive thing, and it didn't seem out of place at all.
I like the visual because if you say 32 grams, I would have really cared more what it meant.
Would you say Powerade is like similar to Gatorade?
Exact same
Oh
thing.
man, I should stop drinking it at work.
Anything that I've heard too, like even when you're drinking it for sports where you can go and take a glass of water and have a 50
Yeah. Yeah.
literally mid-range full strength, which is kind of fascinating that they don't.
It sells. Every little kid wants Gatorade before every game. I did.
Yeah, okay. Teammates, if you could.
Delivery, I thought was pretty good. Like, I felt like you knew your speech pretty well, so it was easy to follow.
Yeah, your content was good. You gave a lot of like background information on like how you gave like where Gatorade originated from, and then started talking about it and gave all the details about like the tests that they run with athletes. That was good information.
For your instructor, I really liked how you introduced Gatorade, like when it first started, and then talked about the tests. And I really liked your conclusion ending with this clear.
Okay, you certainly got the audience's attention with your opener. That was a creative way to get people to listen and pay attention. No, don't do it. Clever, but maybe integrate that into as a movie beverage or something, something to kind of get in just a little bit more. But I thought that was a cute way to engage us. With regards to structure, I would say just highlight that the structure elements just a little bit clearer for me.
Yeah.
Have that thesis nice and clear, and then have those transitions so here when those main points are coming and when they're going on. I would say that with regards to your content, there was some really interesting topic to select. I mean, we oftentimes, grab it and go, but we don't really think about the implications of it. So I think in terms of what you covered with regards to your content, I thought that was rather interesting. And kind of gave us the full spectrum of how it started and whatnot. I thought the research that you cited in your speech, I think that helped match and illustrate the points that you wanted to make. I think it sort of further developed the ideas that you wanted to advance. The one thing I would suggest is very according to, as opposed to always saying according to. Think of a couple different ways you can say it. But I think what you did select was helpful to illustrate the point. So I thought that was noted. In terms of your visual aid, I thought your visual aid, it's amazing how much when you put,
Just in a bag, you don't
Yeah.
actually see
the
it.
quantity of it, it's ridiculous. And considering that sodas have like 32 grams.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah,
I think 12 ounces of Coke, it's like 18, 19 grams of sugar. So they're pretty close.
yeah. It's crazy, ridiculous. But I thought that was, when you think about a visual aid and its impact or, its relevance to the topic and the impact that it can have, when you're talking about grams or you're talking about, size of something or measurements of something, until you really can put it in your head and see it or have a visual of it, that has a much greater impact on your audience. I think bringing the bag of sugar was helpful, effective for you. A little bit of filler language at the beginning. Like you said, I kind of felt like I messed up a little bit. Sort of that smoothing out. When you do lose your place, just go ahead and stop for a moment. It's okay. We're right here with you. We're supporting you. Take that moment, kind of gather your thoughts, take a nice deep breath, and then start off again. But I think for the most part, I thought you were pretty conversational. Eye contact had been flowed a little bit because of the needing to look down and whatnot. So look down, get your place, come back, talk to us. Alrighty, thank you.